Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collegeville. And yeah, so glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to see it, yes, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number one. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple. Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now we're good with court. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh boys,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Alton High School here in the lovely town of Alton, Illinois, as we are getting you ready for a little high school boys basketball action as your Collegeville K-Hawks get ready to take on the Alton Redbirds. And again, my name is Todd Duke. Welcome into the pregame show, brought to you tonight by Chiropractic Works in Collegeville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collegeville at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollegeville.com. Before we get into the varsity program here tonight, let's tell you about the JV game that just ended. The JV K-Hawks improved their record to 6-3 overall after they just handed the JV Alton Redbirds a 54-35 loss. Stanley Carnahan and KJ Thorpe-Watts. Carnahan is the sophomore, KJ is the junior, and both of them ended up with 14 points in that 54-35 win that just completed here. All right, let's get you into the varsity side of things. Collegeville comes in with a record of 12-6 on the year. They are 2-3 in Southwestern Conference play. Alton, they come in with a record of 3-13. And they are 0-6 in conference play. Collinsville, of course, coached by Darren Lee in his 14th year as the head coach here at Collinsville High School, or at Collinsville High School. We're at Alton, not here. 243 wins, 161 losses for Coach Lee as the Kahawks head coach. Overall, 34th year for Coach Lee, now at 708 wins, 304 losses. And by the way, his 243 wins, he is 8 away from tying for number 3 on the all-time boys basketball win list that is currently held by Willard Larson, with 251. Bob Bone second on the list, and of course Virgil Fletcher first on that list. The Alton Redbirds, they are coached by their first-year head coach Dylan Dudley, and the Alton Redbirds, who finished 14th at the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic, come in averaging 43.8 points per game offensively, while Collinsville comes in averaging 57 points per game offensively. Defensively, Collinsville allowing 48.3, while Alton comes in giving up 58.6. Kahawks saw their 3-game win streak snapped at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium by Edwardsville on Friday night in a 58-52 loss in overtime. Kahawks were up 21-18 at halftime in that game. Tigers outscored Collinsville 17-9 in the third quarter before the Kahawks came back and outscored Edwardsville 18-13 in the fourth quarter to tie it at 48 apiece. Tigers then outscored Collinsville 10-4 in that 4-minute overtime period. Tigers, by the way, hit 5 of 7 3-pointers to open the third quarter of that game after going 1 for 7 in the first half. Alton, they won their season's home opener versus Carnahan 88-67. Redbirds would then suffer through a 10-game losing streak after that and would not find the win column again until they took down Oakville in their second game of the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic on the 29th of December. That 42-39 win coupled with a 47-34 win versus Hazelwood East Friday gave Alton 2 wins and their 3 total for the year. 2 wins in their last 5 games as the Redbirds come into tonight's game following a 42-20 loss at Triad on Saturday. Alton was held to just 5 points total in the second half of that game. Triad led 17-15 at halftime. Knights outscored Alton 25-5 in the second half of that contest. We continue our conversations with some of the seniors on the team, only 3 of them this year. We have already talked things over with Matt Shelton. We will still talk things over a little bit later with Adam Remar, but tonight we talk things over with Collinsville senior Jake Wilkinson. We'll pass that conversation on to you next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Sofwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulky, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk Family.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the K-Hawk Sports Network. We're on the road in Alton for a little Southwestern Conference showdown as we continue with our interviews with the seniors on this year's team, and that takes us to number 20, senior Jake Wilkinson. 2-year starter. You played in one game as a sophomore from what I understand, but let's talk about basketball later. First of all, tell me about your family. Mom, Dad, I know your little brother's on the floor right now playing, so let's go family first.
Tell me about them?
Yeah.
Well, I guess my dad, he got me into basketball. I have my mom, she supports me, and then Evan, just my little brother. I used to have a dog, not anymore though. And that about sums it up, really.
So no other brothers or sisters? Evan's the only one?
Nah, it's the only brother I have.
All right, so talk to me about the brotherly relationship you have with your younger brother here, and I'm guessing since you both play basketball, you push each other on the court.
Yeah. He's like a good competition, so I can always play with him, like maybe one-on-one or just in drills, try to compete with him so he can make more shots or something like that. It's fun. It's fun in basketball, and as a brother, he's like my best friend. So,
As at this particular point in your life, has he ever beaten you one-on-one?
I can count it. It's like 2 or 3 times. But I know he definitely beat me, and I don't really try on defense though, so it's kind of like he beat me mainly on offense. He just got me a couple times, All
right, so you're the senior, he's the sophomore. Looking at things as a whole picture, who's the better basketball player, you or Evan?
Well, I'm gonna say me, but he definitely has some stuff I think he's better at than me. I think he's more athletic than I am. I'm not very athletic, so I think he has that over me. And then if he just keeps improving his skills, he can be better than me. If not, it's just as good.
You're way more athletic than I am. All right, so you right now you stand at 582 points. That's 18 points away from 600. What would that mean to you to get to 600 as a K-Hawk?
I guess I would feel pretty good. I never really thought of it. It's just never really crossed my mind, hitting a total points. I just wanted to do well each season, so individually. I never really thought about total points or total anything really.
You didn't even know you were that close to 600, did you?
No, I had no idea.
All right, let's get away from basketball for a minute. We'll kind of loosen you up. This is my favorite things, which is your favorite things. All right, ready? Favorite cold drink?
Ooh, probably apple juice.
Favorite salty snack?
Ooh, I don't even know.
Most kids say pretzels.
Pretzels. That's my favorite.
Favorite sweet snack?
I like donuts.
Favorite breakfast cereal?
Probably the Reese's Puffs.
Favorite class in high school?
In high school? Ooh. I don't know. I really liked Miss Lindauer's geography class, World and Earth Geography.
Least favorite class in high school?
Probably sophomore year. One of those classes. It's just COVID, so it's just not fun to go to. I don't know. It's one of those classes. I'm still thinking about it.
How do you like math?
I like math, yeah.
All right, most kids say math. Favorite music genre?
Probably hip hop or rap.
Favorite musical performer or group?
Man, it changes all the time. Right now, I don't really know. I'll go with, I guess, Lil Tecca.
Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Which one's your favorite?
Probably lunch.
Who cooks it and what is it?
I usually just heat it up. But it's like a chicken sandwich. I usually eat that for lunch most of the time. I just like the time of day where it's at, so.
All right, so tell me what happens to Jake Wilkinson come June when you graduate. What's next for you?
I hope to go to a good college for engineering. I'm looking at some colleges that involve basketball, but it's really if it helps pay for it and I can go there, that'd be great. But it just depends on money at this point.
All right, so let's go backwards in time to the game against Edwardsville Friday night. They pretty much shut you out in the first half. What made them so hard for you to play against?
I feel like they denied me the ball the whole game, so that's pretty tough. You don't touch the ball that much. But I think they just played really good basketball. They're a solid team, good coach, and they outplayed us. So we just got to play better defense, and I think we should win next time.
All right, so you got Alton tonight coming off of that loss Friday night at home. How do you beat this Alton team?
I've watched a little bit of them. I think all we got to do is play good defense, and I think everything else will fall into place. I'm not really worried about our offense or anything. I feel like we can score when we need to. We just need to defend, and that's really our main thing right now.
Jake Wilkinson, thank you very much for the visit. Good luck for you in the future.
All right, thank you.
Jake Wilkinson, number 20 on your program for your Collinsville Kahawks. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw the starters for each team your way. We'll do that in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Shockwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
And once again, we welcome you back to Alton High School as we get you ready for this contest between Collinsville and the host Alton Redbirds. Here are your starters. We'll begin with Alton. They will send out onto the floor 6-foot sophomore Hassani Elliott, along with Byron Stampley Jr. He is a 6'2 senior. Kobe Taylor, a 6'3 sophomore. Tyrese Jones, a 6-foot senior. And Jemion Everidge, a 5'9 senior. Collinsville will trot out the usual starting five as they have most of this year. That would be Nick Horace, the 6'3 junior. Jamori Weisinger, the 6-foot junior. Our pregame guest, Jake Wilkinson, the 6'4 sophomore. Adam Remar, the 6'6 senior. And Zach Chambers, the 6'8 junior. Joining us tonight before he heads back to Mizzou, one Mr. Matt Clark. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. What a great opportunity. It's fantastic. Just a lifelong, not a lifelong, but just a dream that I've had for a couple of years now, being able to broadcast and help you out with the Kahok game. That's something that's super exciting for me to see, and I get to talk about some of the guys that I got to play with back last year, and so I think this should be an exciting one. And listen, road Southwestern Conference games, no matter the opponent, are going to be tough, and so the Kahawks have to make sure they're on their game tonight.
Yeah, we got to interview senior Jake Wilkinson, got to interview you last year as a senior. Some of these guys are really nervous when I get to do this. You weren't at all last year, were you?
Well, I don't know if I remember the interview that we did. I know I did a post-game interview with you, and I remember you saying that, he'll be on the mic one day, and I guess that was kind of cool. But hey, I don't think it's necessarily about them being nervous in interviews, but actually just making sure that they're not nervous on the court. And Jake is one that is never nervous on the court, so I think that'll make up for it. I think.
Yeah, I would hope so. Anyway, I try not to make anybody nervous, but when you turn on a microphone and you put it in somebody's face, it automatically triggers something in them sometimes. Some people, not everybody.
Yeah, some kids are camera shy, but that's okay. The Collinsville Kahawks, the basketball is what matters, and so. I don't think Jake's going to be going into broadcast journalism when he's here, but he sure is a good basketball player, a good scorer, and a good piece of this team, that's hoping to bounce back tonight from a tough loss right on Friday.
Yeah, he comes into tonight's contest with 582 points scored as a Kahawk, so he's 18 points away from hitting 600, hoping he gets it tonight.
Yeah, I would imagine that in a situation like this, he'll be looking to score. He's someone that is excited to score and interested in that department, and so I think he'll be excited. I got to talk to him on Saturday. We went to the Highland Shootout, the great Highland Shootout, and it looked like he was ready to get back on the court and get another shot after Friday night's OT loss to Edwardsville.
Yeah, because Edwardsville shut him out in the first half. He didn't get his 11 points until the second half and a little bit in overtime, which Collinsville only scored 4 points in the overtime period. Here is just Zach Chambers in the center circle. He's out there with Kobe Taylor, and we are underway. Collinsville wins the opening tip-off, and Weisinger gives it up over to Nick Horace. Nick Horace on the far sideline. We're up here way up in Mount Everest. We're a long ways away, but with the zoom on the camera, it looks a little closer than what we actually are. Here is Horace trying for three, and that one just a little bit long. Tips off that back part of the rim, and the rebound, that belongs to the Redbirds. We're underway. No score here early on. We're only about 25 seconds in. So sit down, relax for a little while, and enjoy a little Kahok basketball. Here is Alton on their first go on offense. Here is Elliott, and a foul called right off the bat. Collinsville, or was that a travel?
Looks like it's going to be a travel on Hassani Elliott, but good defense by Jake Wilkinson, staying in front of him, keeping him contained. Collinsville will want to make sure that they keep Alton to more three-pointers and not letting them get inside the paint tonight.
I was looking for the traveling sign from the referee that I thought blew the whistle, but apparently I was looking at the wrong one.
Looks like it was the referee on the baseline that called it, but Collinsville gets the ball back.
They do. Second go at it for Collinsville on offense, and here is Wilkinson. He'll shoot a three-pointer, and that one is good, and that is how the scoring gets started. Collinsville up by a score of 3-0. I forgot I got to keep score now. I forget about these things sometimes. I get used to these home games where I don't have to do anything, and then I come on the road, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I got work to do. Here's a three-point answer. Nope, that's only two, they say, from Everidge. And Collinsville up by 1 point now as we have 6:45 to go in this opening quarter. Collinsville around the outside of the perimeter, and the baseline shot from Remar doesn't go, and the rebound belongs to Alton. Redbirds bring it up. Here is Everidge once again. Over in the corner, he'll throw it to Elliott. Back out it goes. Over to Everidge. And then that's Elliott down there at the midcourt logo, the big angry-looking Redbird in the middle of the court here. A bounce pass onto the left wing for Taylor, and a dribble drive by Taylor. He throws up kind of a weird-looking shot, but it works, and Alton is now up by a score of 4-3.
Yeah, good start by the Redbirds. Everidge and Kobe Taylor had good games against Granite City when we watched them play, and they're starting in a 2-3, which means Collinsville's going to have to shoot the ball well tonight in order to make sure they don't get into an offensive slump.
There's Horace on the outside, throws it inside the perimeter to Remar, who dumps it off for Chambers, and Chambers uses that height to go up with a little bitty tap in, and Collinsville retakes the lead. 5-4, Kahawks are up. 3-point shot misses from the outside for Alton. Collinsville picks up their first rebound of this game. They'll throw it onto the wing, and here comes Horace into the paint. He is fouled as he was up in midair, so he will head to the free throw line for a couple of tosses.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how Nick Horace and this team responds after such a tough loss on the road. What you want to do, obviously, I mean, personally, I remember us playing at Alton. It's a tough place to play, whether you're playing it in the beginning of the season, middle of the season, or the end of the season. And Collins will need to make sure, I mean, obviously, losing 3 games in the Southwestern Conference is nice, but you got to make sure that you continue to push and develop it. You want to make sure that you respond in a way that is strong, especially you don't want these kind of, I don't know, quote-unquote trap games to come get at you. You want to make sure you put opponents away like Alton early because they haven't won at the Southwestern Conference all season.
Horace makes 1 of 2, and Nick came in 15 of 23 from the free throw line this year. Here is Stampley. He'll kick it back outside for Elliott. Elliott comes in from the right wing and into paint, kicks it back outside for Everidge, and a big three-point shot there by the 5'9 senior. And the Redbirds are back up by 1.
Everidge was a great addition for Dylan Dudley in this team. He's from Alton Marquette. He's a transfer. He really gives Alton a scoring edge when they play.
A bounce pass out on this near side sideline for Weisinger. Weisinger from the right wing. He'll launch a 3. That one's a little bit too strong. And Wilkinson, he is the one that picks up the rebound. Collinsville. I missed that one. Looking down, trying to write stuff down.
Yeah, it looks like he put the putback in, and there's the miss. They can go ahead and run here, Collinsville.
There is Wilkinson after another rebound for the Kahawks. That happened so quick. I was writing down the three-point miss by Alton, and we already come down and score. Here is Weisinger. Weisinger to Remar. Remar, 1 foot in the perimeter, just outside the lane now for Chambers. He'll use that big body of his. He'll go, and he'll get the foul, and he'll get a freebie.
Well, I'll tell you what, one thing that we didn't have when we played against Alton last year was height and strength. And Alton is, again, it was a pretty small team. They lost one of their tallest guys, Blake Hall, which was 6'5". He would probably be guarding Chambers. But again, you want if you're Darren Lee in the Kahawks, you want to make sure you're throwing the ball into Chambers and Remar all the time in this game because Remar just Chambers has the size advantage, and he'll get those and ones all day.
There's Chambers at the line, and he does get the and one. And Collinsville goes back up. 11-7 into the game for the first time tonight since that second foul that was called on Kobe Taylor. And they bring in Zaire Woody, the 6'1 senior, and a miss on that shot gives Collinsville another rebound. Here is Wilkinson all the way out by the scorer's table. Gives it up now for Weisinger. Weisinger over to Horace. Horace comes in on the left wing and then stops. Back out to the top of the key. Weisinger into the corner. Wilkinson for three. Yes!
Well, Dylan Dudley made a switch there because obviously Chambers scored inside, so the Collinsville Jayhawks just go outside. 8 quick points for Jake Wilkinson. A good start for the Jayhawks after, kind of getting their feet wet a little bit early on in that first quarter.
30-second timeout. We'll step aside for that long as well. Back in a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Todd Duke, Matt Clark back with you from Alton High School. 14-7. Jayhawks are out to a 7-point lead as we are halfway through quarter number 1. 4 minutes down, 4 minutes to go, and the Alton Redbirds with the ball. Outside in the slot area, and then to the top of the key goes Woody. Woody hands the ball off and does so to Jones, and then they'll give it up, and a shot by Elliott goes in. And Alton gets 2 of those points back. All the way out for Weisinger. Big, deep three-pointer. Oh, nothing but net. Jamari Weisinger, he has 6 points, both of them from three-pointers, and Weisinger and Wilkinson, if they get on these threes, you can forget about it.
You're absolutely right about that, Todd.
There's a turnover by Alton, and they'll force Collinsville into their first turnover, and there is a foul that's going to go against Wilkinson as the basket was good by Zaire Woody.
I think Coach Lee's a little bit frustrated with Adam Remar bringing the basketball up, but I want to go back to Jamori Weisinger's three. Man, he is so confident when he's shooting that three. I'm sure if he pulled up from the half line and you told him he needed to make a three, I'm sure he would bury it. And that's the problem with Alton trying to play the 2-3 zone. You have confident shooters in Wilkinson and Weisinger who are eager to hit threes.
Yeah, he definitely hit that one from a long way, and we've seen him hit a couple of those before too. So Zaire Woody takes care of the extra 3-point, 17-12. Collinsville in the lead, and the Jayhawks with the ball. Here is Horace. He dumps it off for Weisinger. Weisinger will head back toward the midcourt stripe and then bring it back over here to this near side. 2:50 left to play here in this opening quarter. Weisinger all the way out on the volleyball line. Gives it up now for Wilkinson. Wilkinson pulls it inside the perimeter, takes the shot. It's a little short, and the rebound belongs to Alton. Alton gets it up quick. Here is Woody. He'll take a 3-point shot. That one's nothing but net. We got 3-pointers raining all over the place around here. 17-15. Just like that, a 7-point lead is down to 2. Here is Weisinger with another big 3-pointer. Another one. That is almost nothing but net. 9 points on 3 3-point shots here for Weisinger to open up this quarter. There is Alton. They'll dump it off over to Jones. Jones will come out and take it over on the left wing and then out to the top of the key for Elliott. Elliott, he dribbles and drives just outside the lane. Hop, skip, and a jump and a shot and a good. And Elliott now with 4 points.
Elliott's going to be one that drives the basketball a little more, gets a little bit meaner, and gets physical. Collinsville might want to let him shoot before they try to make him drive.
Wilkinson takes a 3-point shot. That misses the mark. And Remar with the rebound. Back to Horace. He'll drive it right through the lane, and Nick Horace picks up point number 3. His first one came from the free throw line. Collinsville back out 22-17. Here are the Alton Redbirds. Into the corner it goes. A 3-point shot. That misses the mark as it rattles around off the hands of Tyrus Jones. And the rebound belongs to Collinsville. They bring it down. Wilkinson stepped out of bounds. Yes, he did.
Yes, it does look like he stepped out of bounds. Right now, it feels like almost an NBA game. Teams are raining threes from everywhere else. Not a lot of defense is being played by either side, like the layup there from Nick Horace, a really selective shooter, and he takes the shots that he knows are going to go in, and that's a good decision there. Got the pump fake and then drove inside and had an open hole for 2.
Alton with the ball back, and across the line they come with Elliott, and they'll give it up now for Stampley. Stampley takes a 3-point shot. That misses, and the rebound, that belongs to Collinsville. Jayhawks keep on picking up these rebounds off these missed 3-point shots. Coming down, trying to turn it into points. Here is Horace. Horace into the perimeter, now baseline. Travels all the way under the basket. Outside Weisinger. Weisinger outside now for Horace. He'll dump it off to Remar just outside the lane. Now in the paint, off the glass, good for 2. Zach Chambers now with 6 points.
Adam Rebarb has been trying to find his code twin tower there, Zach Chambers, and he's found him there. It's a good work. He's done well on the baseline, creating opportunities for the Kahawks, and it looks like Alton may go for the final shot here. Not sure.
Down to 35 seconds left to go here in this opening quarter. Alton with the ball. They trail 24-17. To the free throw line it goes for Everidge. Back outside will go to Stampley. Stampley takes it over to Elliott. Elliott in the logo at midcourt. Back over to Stampley. Stampley being watched over there by Horace, and they'll kick it outside to Woody again. He'll launch a 3. That one does everything but go in, and the rebound belongs to Adam Remar. Collinsville brings it up as we have 10 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Over to Weisinger, over to Wilkinson, back to Jamori, and back over here for Nick Horace. Down to 5 seconds. Big, long three-pointer. Oh, boy.
How about it?
Weisinger
there
is
you
red
go.
hot from three-point land. Shot from half court is a little bit short, and that is the way that the first period comes to a close. Collinsville up 27-17 as we head to our break, and we're back with second quarter action here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune.
Alton starts the second quarter with possession as we are underway in quarter number 2. Collinsville up by 10 after one quarter. Redbirds with the ball, and here is Elliott. Elliott gives it up inside, kick back outside to Woody. Now Elliott over to Woody again. Woody over on that right wing, thought about that 3, gives it up now for Stampley, and then into the corner it goes for Jones. Back out front we'll go to the free throw line. A dribble and a drive, and off the rim, good for 2 for Everidge. He now has 7 points. And that gets Alton back to within 8. Collinsville, they bring the ball back down. Here is Weisinger, been red hot for 3, and a turnover as Chambers couldn't hold on to the ball, and then a whistle will stop the action after that, and Collinsville is going to pick up foul number 2.
So that was a good idea from Jamori Weisinger. He saw Zach Chambers open. It's really difficult to make that pass straight away because you've got so many moving parts that can come in and put a hand on it. That pass was almost on the money, but it's good. The Collinsville Kahawks are trying to get it inside. They're still hitting their shots as well, so it's been a good offensive display, I think, from the Kahawks thus far. They just need to make sure they take care of the basketball.
Each team now with 2 fouls. Back outside of the perimeter we go, and Elliott sends it on over to Stampley, who gives it up for Woody. Back out front now. Elliott, one dribble, gives it up for Woody. Back over to Elliott. Elliott dribbles and kicks it back outside for Stampley. He'll launch a three-pointer, swoops right out of there, and Collinsville pulls down the rebound. Kahawks bring the ball back up. Here is Horace over to Wilkinson, who gives to Weisinger. Weisinger in front of the Redbirds bench. Travels away from the Alton Redbirds bench, and he'll set up shop with him and Horace. Now outside, and Remar was ready to toss it to Wilkinson, but Wilkinson was already breaking toward the basket.
Yeah, it looks like he may have been trying to flip to the corner to move that Alton zone defense. That's what is, if you're in the high post, that's what you're supposed to do. But again, just a little bit of a miscommunication there, and it turns into another Collinsville turnover, which is keeping them from breaking this game open right now.
Alton with the ball once again, back outside of the perimeter. They send it over to Jones. Jones works it up inside now for Everidge. Everidge caught in the perimeter with nowhere to go. Gives it back to Jones. Back over to Elliott, to Woody. Woody will launch another three-pointer. That one's off the fat part of the iron, and the rebound, that belongs to Chambers and the Collinsville Kahawks. They'll bring it back up. Here is Horace. That pass was almost picked off as well. Wilkinson in front of the Redbirds bench. Back over to this side. Weisinger, Wilkinson, Chambers. Good. For a minute there, I thought he was going to use the glass, and then it looked like he changed his mind at the last moment. And Alton, they would like a timeout, so we will step aside and take a timeout as well. 30-second timeout it is. We'll be back in just about that long as well, right here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Back here at Alton High School, Todd Duke, Matt Clark with you. 5:50 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville up 29-19. They had a 10-point lead after one, and they maintain that 10-point lead now. Thought Chambers was going to go up for a dunk there on that last one, and there's a floater that doesn't connect. Collinsville gets the rebound. We saw KJ Thorpe-Watt with a couple of impressive dunks in that JV game when we were here setting up. Here's another three-pointer by Weisinger. He has nothing but three-pointers tonight. That's 5 three-pointers for 15 points already for Jamori Weisinger. That's impressive. There's a whistle.
Yeah. Out of bounds there on Alton, and I think from what you may be right. The scoreboard may have it wrong. It's got him down for 12, but still four threes for 12 points. Still unreal range from Jamori Weisinger. When he's feeling himself, he's just not going to miss those, and that's the danger of Alton playing in the zone right now.
There is Remar with a shot from the free throw line, no good. Rebound belongs to Alton. Well, I know who's keeping score down there in the official scorebook, because he's not up here with us. That's why Chris Kettler is not up here with us, because Stacy Sulky is not here, so Chris Kettler is in charge of the scorebook for varsity. So at halftime, I will make sure I ask him how many points Weisinger has, because I have him down for 15. Do some quick math over here on the scoreboard. 12, 15.
Yeah.
15, 25, 23.
We could do that 9. Math because Coach Lee hasn't done any made any substitutions yet. So it looks like it's at 32 for us. Collinsville's starting to play a little bit more of their game, and that's helpful right now. I think they're starting to make a couple more shots. They're starting to play a little bit better defense on Alton, starting to figure them out, but still want to break it open a little more. You don't want to let the Redbirds continue to feel like they're in this game, because they haven't won in the Southwestern Conference. They're going to fight hard right to the end to try to get that first Southwestern Conference win, and the Kahawks don't want to be the team that loses to them.
No, you do not. Not after coming off that overtime loss to Edwardsville, that's for sure. If you don't want to hear Coach Lee in the locker room afterwards, I would say no. Here's a off-the-glass shot by Chambers. Chambers now with 10 points.
It's nice little high-low action there. Yeah, nice little high-low action there from the Kahawks. Nick with a great pass Jamori with a great pass inside that set that whole thing up on the offensive end.
Outside it goes, and Alton into the corner they go, and back outside we go over here for Everidge. Everidge drives the lane, takes the shot, good for 2. And Alton climbs back to within 11. 34-23. Here's Wilkinson for 3 from the corner, won't go. Chambers, rebound, and he's fouled as he goes up.
Ever since the Holiday Classic, I've been really impressed with Zach Chambers, and his mentality, I think, has switched. Playing with him last year, I think he was mean enough and strong enough inside, but he just rebounded over 4 separate Alton Redbirds to get that rebound and get himself to the free throw line, and that's something that's really impressive. He really is playing every possession really hard, and that inside presence has just added another dimension to the Kahawks offense, even when Jamori and Jake are hitting those three-pointers.
Tyrese Jones with the foul. Each team now with 3, and Chambers will hit 1 of the 2. And Collinsville out front 35-23. Over to Everidge again. Back out to the middle of the floor. That is Stampley. Stampley will give it up to Elliott. Elliott back over to Stampley. And then they'll work it upside to Everidge. Everidge has that swatted out of bounds by Chambers, and it will remain Alton ball with 3:46 left to play.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Everidge had drove right on Zach Chambers one of the couple of possessions ago, and Chambers made sure that layup wasn't going in.
Woody trying to inbound, having a hard time, and he throws it into the Kahok bench. That becomes the third Alton turnover. And Collinsville will see if they can take advantage.
Good couple of good defensive possessions and good play from Zach Chambers. Got the free throw on the other end, made sure that he got the block on the defensive end and forced another turnover.
Here's another three. That one misses the mark from Weisinger. And the rebound put back, though, is good by Chambers. And Chambers quickly has 14 points. Elliott with the ball for Alton. He'll back up all the way to the midcourt logo, and then he'll bring it over to the near sideline. 3:15 to play here in this first half. Over to Everidge. Everidge spins in the paint, and then he travels. Got his feet tangled up there with Chambers, but he stopped dribbling the ball, and that is the fourth turnover. Now each team with 4 of those.
Man, it feels like Zach Chambers is in every play right now. It feels like he's getting a score. He's forcing a turnover, scoring again, forcing another turnover. Taking over this game right now.
There is Wilkinson from the baseline. Shot no good. Chambers with the rebound, trying to put it back, and he does. Chambers on fire right now, man. 16 points for the Kahok junior, who just stands at 6'8", that's all.
Yeah, and I don't think Dylan Dudley has a response for that height at the moment.
Not really. 3-point shots aren't falling in for Alton all of a sudden. In Collinsville, every time Alton misses a 3-point shot, Collinsville is there with the rebound. Here are the Kahawks, and here is Horace at the free throw line. Gets rid of a defender, off the glass, good for 2. Horace now with 5 points, and Coach Dudley would like another timeout, so we will take a timeout right along with him, and we're back here in just 60 seconds on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food, like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Alton High School, where the Collinsville Kahawks stand at 41-23, and we have 2:29 left to play here in this second quarter. Alton will have the ball as soon as the referee gives it to him.
Yeah, and when we talked about like putting a team away, it was a little bit tight there. It was a 10-point game, I think, and when you talk about putting a team away, that's how you put a team away. You get stops, you score, and even Nick Horace, who normally wouldn't make that kind of one-on-one move in the role that he's playing for the Kahawks this year, is getting buckets like that. So a good stretch of play there from Collinsville. Hopefully they can finish the half out strong.
There is Woody over to Stampley. Stampley gives it up to Elliott. Elliott from the near sideline heads to the middle of the floor and then starts to move forward. He has some room in the lane. He traveled.
Yes, he did. Another turnover for Alton. They've got about 4 or 5 turnovers in the last 4, 6 or 7 possessions, and the rest of them have been missed threes. And so Collinsville is just capitalizing right now on Alton's bad offensive possessions.
There is Weisinger. Weisinger gives it up now for Nick Horace, and Horace gives it back to Jamori. And Weisinger, he'll take a little bit of an easier shot than a 3-point shot, but he doesn't connect with it. And the rebound belongs to the Alton Redbirds. They bring it up. And a shot by Woody. That's an air ball, and that will be saved. Oh, boy, I was ready to mark that down as a turnover. Instead, they come in for Stampley, and he makes Collinsville pay with 2 points that, quite frankly, they or I didn't think was going to happen. Here is Weisinger. He'll line up another three-point shot. That one's nothing but net.
That's a good response from Jamori Weisinger after Collinsville had 3 players in there and none of them could get the ball that Alton saved. Jamori just hits another 3, and those are some of the variables that Alton just can't compete with right now.
44-25 is the score. Collinsville in the lead. Alton has the ball. We're down to 1 minute to go here in this first half, and another travel. That's like 3 travels in a row called against Alton.
Yeah, Alton traveling more than the Collinsville Kahawks and us when we were traveling up here to the high school. So there you go. Hopefully Kahawks can have a chance to push it to 20 here in the final, I would imagine, final shot of the half.
Here's Nick Horace. He'll bring the ball up to the top of the key, make his way to the free throw line, gives it up. Weisinger off the bottom of the rim, and that ball ends up out of bounds off of, I believe that was Stampley, so Collinsville's going to get the ball back.
Good set there from Coach Lee, trying to get Jamori Weisinger on the back cut. Didn't quite go, but luckily they were able to keep the possession alive.
Horace on the inbound to Wilkinson. He'll pop it and can't drop it, and the rebound comes all the way out front, and it's picked up by Alton. Lost ball there by Everidge, and they'll kick it back outside for Elliott. Elliott takes the paint, takes the shot. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Well, I totally screwed up with the camera here, so I apologize on that. But Jamori Weisinger did a good job of making sure that Everidge didn't get a clean layup there by tapping it from behind and making him run the baseline. But good work from the Redbirds, getting the turnover and hopefully getting some points right here.
Elliott, this is on the first free throw try. Elliott comes in averaging 48.1% from the free throw line. Not spectacular.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think when we watched them at the holiday tournament, I don't think I remembered Elliott shooting the free throws that well, and that hurt Alton. They had a chance to beat Granite City in the final game, and they just couldn't make layups or free throws, and that hurt them a ton.
That one stayed up there for a while, but still no good, and the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Kahawks bring it up with a half a minute left to go here in this first half. Here is Weisinger. Weisinger already has a boatload of three-pointers in this game. Wilkinson outside, stays on the near sideline for Horace. He'll give it up now to Chase Reynolds, who's into the game. Reynolds hands the ball off. A little underhanded toss to Horace, who gives it up for Weisinger. Weisinger dribbles his way up into the paint, takes it, good. And I don't know if there's enough time left for Alton to get a shot off, and they will not, and that is the way that the first half will come to a close. 46-25 in favor of your Collinsville Kahawks, and now it is time for the halftime show, brought to you by my good friends at Woods Basement Systems. All things basement-y since 1986. Woods Basement Systems has been doing their thing. Give them a call at their Collinsville headquarters, 618-708-4055. We'll be back with the stats of the first half and some out-of-town scores, and we'll do that all on the Woods Basement Systems halftime show, which comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Ogle with Ogle Auctions, and we hope you are enjoying tonight's game, and go Kahawks. Hey, check us out. Every Sunday night, we have an online auction at www.ogleauctions.com. Everything from grandma's china to grandma's motorcycle helmet, it's all here at Ogle Auctions every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Check us out, and we will see you soon.
Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pit master. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces that support our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop by and see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time World Championship Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com. Are you looking to update the appeal of your home's interior? Look no further than Hayden Interiors, LLC. Hayden Interiors, LLC is owned and operated by former Kahok graduate Nick Hayden. Hayden Interiors, LLC will help you get that new look that you want for your home. Flooring, baseboards, doorways, as well as interior renovations or interior additions, kitchen, living room, bedroom, hallways, basements, stairways. Let Hayden Interior LLC help you find the look that you want. Call Nick Hayden today at Hayden Interiors LLC, 618-772-6790 for your free estimate. Hayden Interiors LLC, on budget, on time, every time. That's Hayden Interiors LLC. Call Nick at 618-772-6790. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
Back here at Alton High School, halftime score 46-25 in favor of your Collinsville Kahawks, who are up by 21 points. They were up by 10 after one quarter, 27-17 it was after one quarter of play. Then Collinsville outscored Alton in that second quarter 19-8, and that's where we stand right now at 46-25. Here's a look at your first half stats. I guess I was off by one on Jamori Weisinger's three-pointers. I had him at 5, and then he hit that other one, and I had him at 6. But he had 5 three-pointers in the first half to go along with that two-pointer, so he has 17 points, and he leads all scorers, just barely, though, over Zach Chambers. Zach has 16 in the first half. Jake Wilkinson with 6, and Nick Horace has 5. Leading scorer for Alton is Jamon Everidge. He has 9 points. After that, Zaire Woody, who came off the bench with 6 points, 4 points apiece for Hassani Elliott and Byron Stampley, and 2 points for Kobe Taylor. Collinsville out-rebounding Alton right now, 15-6. That's exactly how many turnovers Alton has as well. So 6 turnovers and 6 rebounds. Collinsville with 4 turnovers. The Kahawks went 6 of 8 from the three-point stripe in that first half, while Alton went 2 of 8. And from the free throw line, Collinsville went 4 of 6, while the Redbirds went 3 of 5. Here's a look at some of the halftime scores that we have for you. The girls are at home tonight at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, playing the Alton Lady Redbirds. And that game got started a little bit late. Right now, Collinsville is down 6-0 early in that game. Other scores: Waterloo over Steelville at the end of the first quarter, 8-6. It's Nashville over Greenville, 34-24. They're in the second quarter there. East St. Louis against Belleville East in a battle of the Southwestern Conference leaders. Right now, the Flyers have the lead 22-10 over Belleville East. That game's still in the first quarter. Central over Kip, a final score, Centralia, 55-32. Also in the first quarter, Oakville over Waltonville, 17-13. Belleville West, 14-8 right now over Edwardsville. The first quarter in that one just ended. And Marion over Cairo, a final of 55-28. Congratulations to Marion coach Gus Gillespie on picking up his 500th win. That is a look at all we have for you on the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. We'll take a break, come back, third quarter action. That'll be heading your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
We are back and we are underway here in quarter number 3. Chambers has that ball ripped right out of his hands by Byron Stampley. So Collinsville starts off with a turnover here in the second half and a foul to go along with that turnover. So a little auspicious start there, but we're in control.
Yeah. Thought it was interesting. You were talking about the halftime scores. That Belleville East St. Louis halftime score interested me. 22-10 to the Flyers. Wow. The Lancers have been a little bit rocky as of late in terms of their offensive production, and so if Lancers lose that game, that would mean they are effectively out of the Southwestern title race and will probably be again between O'Fallon and East St. Louis, so that'll prove to be an interesting matchup because the Lancers play Collinsville on Friday.
That they do, and unfortunately, I won't be there. I'll be in Vegas. I kind of hate the fact that I'm missing that game because I know how important that is here in Collinsville. 2 free throws made by Everidge have given a couple of points back to the Alton Redbirds as they trailed by 21 heading into this quarter. There's a little pop and drop by Nick Horace, and Collinsville will get those 2 points right back.
Nick Horace just uses the ball fake so effectively. Again, we talked about selective shots. That's a selective shot right there. He's wide open. He knows he's going to make it. And again, just good offensive production from Nick Horace. Not only does he take good shots, but he also hangs on to the ball.
There is Taylor. Taylor picked up 2 quick fouls in that first quarter and then was taken out. He didn't come back in until now.
Yeah, after he had a bit of an eventful one, a bit of a an interesting start. Had that layup that kind of he just flipped in there, and then the 2 quick fouls did take him out. But Woody off the bench really helped Alton until the Kahawks kind of shut him down defensively in that second quarter.
Inbound pass comes in all the way over into the far corner. That's on the left wing. They bring it out. Elliott, he gets tripped up by Weisinger. Nope. Well, he did get tripped up by Weisinger, but instead of calling a foul against Jamori, they called traveling against Elliott.
And I think Dylan Dudley was kind of gaping on the sideline. Like, how in the heck was that a travel? He didn't know. And so I think it's really interesting. Dylan Dudley, the first-year head coach from Nolan Catholic, gets his team ready to play, but it's still a long ways away from Alton until they get back to the glory days of a couple of years ago, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Dudley looks like he's in the right spot, though. It looks like the kids enjoy him. I was watching him interact with the kids at the holiday tournament, and there's an exchange of turnovers. We'll head back the other way. Weisinger, he'll come in, take it off the glass, good for 2. And Jamori now with 19 points.
Yeah, bad pass by Nick Horace into the post, but Jamori Weisinger gets the ball right back and puts it in for 2. And so the Collinsville Kahawks make up for the turnover.
Yeah. They threw that one away, and Alton took their turn and threw it away as well. There's a 3-point shot by Stampley. And Alton trying to hang in there before this game gets out of hand as Collinsville came into this third quarter with a 21-point lead. Here is Weisinger in front of his own bench. He'll take it into the perimeter, kick it back out for Chase Reynolds. Gives it up now for Horace. Horace, free throw line. Wilkinson, shot, good.
Jake Wilkinson just has such that quick release. It's almost like in a blink of an eye, the ball's already in the net for Jake Wilkinson. That's what makes him so hard to guard, is that he can shoot it at any separate time. And if you try to guard him high, then he'll just drive on you and score. That's what makes him such a prolific scorer.
Elliott kicks it outside to Jones. Now back to Elliott. Into the corner it goes for Everidge. And then to the free throw line. Dribble drive by Taylor. And Taylor tries the reverse layup, and it's knocked out of bounds by Chambers. And I think Chambers hit his hand on the bottom of the rim or the backboard.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's 4 or 5 blocks for Zach Chambers tonight. I'm not quite sure. I might be overestimating that. But again, a really good night for Zach Chambers, especially after, scoring 18 points or whatever in the first half.
Chambers goes to the bench. Remar comes in instead. And the inbound pass. That comes into Stampley. Right over Horace's head. If he would have turned around, he could have picked that off.
I know. I was looking over and I was like, looking for the ball if you're Nick Horace there. And then Chase Reynolds gets called for a little bit of a ticky-tack foul there. Those fouls are going to happen in the Southwestern Conference. Just kind of have to breathe in, breathe out, and go to the next play.
That's right. 52-30. Collinsville is up. 5:29 left to play here in quarter number 3. Big thank you and a hello to Diane Miller, the mayor's lovely wife. He's at a city council meeting, so she's taking charge and watching the game for him. And a big thank you to Zach Roseman sending me all those halftime scores. And we got a late one in from Mr. Dave Wilhelm of the St. Louis Post-Dispatch about Columbia over Vandalia at halftime, 23-12.
Columbia having a really good season, by the way. The 2A team. They might have a run possibly at state this year.
Everidge picks up a foul while they were on the offense, so a foul and a turnover. And we have a whistle on the play. Is that bucket going to count? I guess
it is going to. It's going to be an and one for Adam Remard. Good for Adam Remard. A couple of shots haven't fallen for him tonight. He's had a up and down season, but I remember playing with Adam. He was a big piece for our team in the beginning of the season. When he's confident and he goes up there and he's got that vision to score, he will put the ball in the net. And the Kahawks need him to be that scoring threat.
Remar hits his free throw. He came in having hit 9 of 14, so now 10 of 15.
And then the Kahawks got the ball right back, an errant pass from Alton on the inbounds.
And out once again goes Kobe Taylor. And Woody once again comes in to take his place. So Collinsville back to work. Here is Wilkinson, top of the key for Remar, over onto the right wing for Horace. Horace in front of his bench to Weisinger. Weisinger, they're not giving him as much room as they used to early in this game.
No, they are not. They covered that play really well, the set from Coach Lee there.
And miss there by Weisinger. Rebound belongs to Alton, and here is Elliott. He'll take it coast to coast. Used a little bit of glass, a little bit of rim, and he'll put it in for 2 points. 55-32. Collinsville still Mr. Horace, but a three-point shot also misses the mark after the rebound for Wilkinson. So the rebound after that belongs to Alton. They bring it up. And here is Everidge. He'll give it up. Three-point shot. That one's a little short. And Remar is there with the rebound. Collinsville, they work the ball back up. One-hand shovel pass into the corner for Weisinger. Weisinger then gets bumped, and that's going to be a foul for Byron Stampley Jr., and he'll be That'll be his first, team third.
Yeah, ever since the Holiday Classic, Byron Stampley Jr. hasn't been the scoring mammoth that he's been. I know he missed that first game in the Holiday Classic due to a suspension, but they need him to be able to score the basketball.
Adam Remar tried to save the ball. He was being fouled by Elliott, and Remar runs right into the Kahok cheerleaders and knocked one of them down.
Yep, he was being fouled by Elliott, according to Coach Lee on the sideline, who's still dumbfounded by the fact that that was a no call. But when you're up by 23, sometimes those calls aren't going to happen. So, again, another breathe in, breathe out, next play, go play some defense.
There is Woody. Woody in front of his bench. Takes it out toward the top of the key, gives it up for Elliott. Elliott works it over onto the wing for Stampley. Stampley had that ball poked away by Weisinger, but able to stay with it was Alton, and they give it up to Everidge. He'll take a shot. No shot, the referee says, and a foul coming up.
This is a time for Collinsville. I know it's obviously a 23-point game, and sometimes these games in your mind can say, okay, well, this game's over. We've wrapped up the win. But they really got to rely on their defense here. Their shots aren't falling as consistently as they did in the first half.
Wilkinson picks up that foul. That is his third, and Collinsville has 4 as a team. Here is a shot by Everidge. No good. Rebound belongs to Nicky Tony. Here comes Nick Horace across the big angry Cardinal at midcourt here. Over to Reynolds. Top of the key, Wilkinson. He'll drive, pull up in front of the free throw line, and he's fouled from behind by Tyrus Jones. Jones will pick up his second.
Well, Jake's been a little bit quiet since he had that 8-point outburst to start the game. But, again, it's the best part about this Collinsville team that we didn't have last season is that every single one of these players can score whenever they want, and any one of them could go off. From Chase Reynolds at number 4, who, is playing his first season of varsity, to Jake Wilkinson, who, was leading the freshman team back a couple of years ago and was scoring 20 points a game. It's just a situation to, okay, can they get that offensive production to happen more consistently, and can they work on a little bit more on the defensive end to really create a little more of a complete team and a little more of a better efforts each game?
Miss on the second free throw try after making the first one. Rebound belongs to Alton. They bring it down, and that is going to be a blocking foul that's going to be handed out against Nick Horace. That could have went either way, man, because I tell you what, Stampley really lowered that shoulder when he went in.
Yep, and I guess Dylan Dudley is just realizing that the foul was actually a charge on the Kahoks, and Dudley's going to take a timeout. I think he needs to calm down, and the Redbirds obviously need to try to figure it out so that the Kahoks don't push this to a 30-point lead.
56-32 in favor of Collinsville. We're back in just 30 seconds on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Back here at Alton High School, ended up being a 60-second timeout, so we took a couple of those, and Collinsville with the ball and the lead. They bring it up, and on the outside, Collinsville has Matt Shelton into the game. Now here is Wilkinson over to Weisinger. Weisinger back to Shelton and to Wilkinson to Horace. Horace has the ball knocked out of his hands, and looks like he was holding his wrist there for a minute, and now we're going to have a foul called. This one looks like it's going to go against Woody.
You're right. I think he is feeling a little bit discomfort in his wrist right there, Nick Horace, after that play. He did a good job because he knew he wasn't going to get the shot off, so he tried to dish it away. It doesn't look like that's that big of a deal, and again, Nick Horace doesn't have to shoot in order to be a really good asset to this team, but you don't want one of your most reliable defenders and, ball handlers to be injured at any point in the season.
No, you do not. And Collinsville with the ball. Here is Wilkinson. Wilkinson gives it up now for Horace. Horace gives it up. Shelton, three-point shot. Good.
Yeah!
Oh, Matt Shelton on the board with a three-pointer here tonight.
Always loved Matt Shelton, his gritness, his toughness. He's not the tallest player on the floor, but he always plays hard. He always plays tough, and I'm glad that he's getting some minutes tonight, and he hits that big three. Love to see his confidence going up. He's a really good kid and someone that is a fire that this team has, even if he doesn't play the most minutes.
Foul belongs to Adam Remar. That's his second, team fifth. And to the free throw line will go Everidge, who just went 2 for 2 from there a moment ago. Speaking of Nick Horace, man, this one still just blows me away. He has got 70 rebounds this year, and 66 of those are on the defensive board, only 4 offensive.
Only 4.
Yeah, that is just crazy.
And I'll tell you the reason. I know Coach Lee likes to say this a little bit, but a lot of the teams in the Southwestern Conference, they like to go fast. And so since Nick is one of your most reliable defenders, he would normally be the one to track back on rebounds and not go up a lot and try to get those second chance points. And so, but still, rebounding on the defensive end, especially as a guard, is really impressive.
Sure is. 2 free throws made there by Everidge. Collinsville brings the ball back up. Here is Wilkinson over to the aforementioned Horace. And Horace in front of Coach Lee, gives it up into the paint for Remar. Remar kicks it back outside for Wilkinson, and he floats in there. Did a little pump fake on the shot. Rebound, that belongs to the Redbirds, and they'll bring it back down, and a couple of more points for Everidge. And now it's a little bit closer at 59-36. Collinsville still out front. And here is Weisinger over to Shelton. Into the corner it goes to Horace. Horace back out front for Weisinger. Weisinger and Horace in front of the Kahok bench. Now just outside the lane. Remar kicks it back out. Wide open Horace for 3. Yes! Rattles in.
Cold-blooded 3 from Nick Horace right there, and you could hear the crowd trying to get them amped and trying to make a final push for Alton as they try to make this comeback, but I think that 3 is a bit of a silencer and a bit of a ice-cold game ender maybe.
We're down to the final 95 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. Here is a rebound by Remar. He gives to Shelton. Back over to Adam it goes, and then he'll hand it back to Shelton. Shelton crosses the line, slipped down, but stayed with it. Gives it up now for Nick Horace. Horace toward the top of the key, gives it up for Weisinger. Weisinger, a one-arm pass over to Wilkinson. Wilkinson into the paint. Remar, turn around, off the glass. Can't get it to go. And then the other rebound will come all the way out for Alton to take care of. Redbirds bring it up. Into the paint goes Elliott. His shot will count, and he'll go to the line for a bonus.
Sometimes that's the disadvantage of having taller players on your team, is that with a small, quick team like Alton, they're going to be able to drive on your big men a little bit. And Elliott, Everidge, and even Stampley a couple of times has done that for the Redbirds tonight.
That foul was against Remar, so he'll go to the bench. Zach Chambers will come back instead. Here is Elliott, who went 0 for 2 in the first half from the free throw line, but he'll turn that 2 points into 3 there. And it is 62-39 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Wilkinson. Wilkinson dribbles and drives in from the left wing, takes the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound again belongs to Alton. They'll bring it up in the form of Stampley. Off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Kahawks get it up quick. Here's Chambers with a big dunk, and Collinsville extends that lead through 64-39.
The other way, a 3 there.
Yeah, no good on that 3.
Man, it's up and down right now for both teams, and people scrambling on the floor. Kahawks are going to get another fast break here.
Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Weisinger, he'll take it in, and he gets no competition there whatsoever. Weisinger, who had 17 first half points, that's his 4th point here in this second half. 66-39, Collinsville is up front. We're down to the final 10 seconds left to go here in this quarter, and here is Elliott. Elliott takes it over in front of his head coach, and then into the paint. He'll kick it back out in the corner, and at the buzzer, 3-point shot, that's good. Referees say it's good for Tyrese Jones. Jones hits his first 3-pointer of this game, and Alton will make it 66-42 at the end of the third period. We have fourth quarter action. That'll be coming your way here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start. I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! Once again, we welcome you back to Alton High School. Todd Duke and Matt Clark with you. We are in the fourth quarter. Collinsville up 66-42. They outscored Alton in that third quarter, but just 20-17 in that quarter. Alton with the ball back. Collinsville up by 24. And here is Elliott. He'll dribble, he'll drive, and he'll get that blocked out by Chambers. Collinsville gets the ball back. And they'll give it a nice give and go there from Weisinger to Wilkinson. Wilkinson uses the glass to get himself a couple more points and stretch his team's lead out now to 26.
Man, Zach Chambers is playing above the rim with the exclamation point with the dunk, and again, just blocking almost everything in sight for the Redbirds tonight. It's been a great game for Chambers, just like he was in the Holiday Classic.
There is Weisinger, gets it out to Horace. Horace will slow things down a bit and take it all the way over to the sideline. Far side sideline. On the right wing, that's Wilkinson. Back out front now for Chase Reynolds. Inside, and a foul coming up. That one is going to go against Kobe Taylor, and Taylor will pick up his third foul. His fourth foul.
I'm interested to see how many 20-point games Zach Chambers has had in his career. This may be one of his first. And that was his second dunk of the year. He had one against Ladue. It was another good dunk, and so
Chambers at the free throw line, getting two shots, and he'll miss the first one. He went 2 for 3 in the first half from the charity stripe.
And that's the one area of Zach's game that may need to be worked on a little bit more, but I also want to say right here, right now, because I don't know if I'll ever be again on another Kahawk basketball broadcast, this is not it for Zach Chambers. He's got plenty more growing to do. Some of those plays like you just saw right there where he got fouled, he'll be dunking that next season. He is continuing to get better and better, and he's so much better than the player that he was when I played JV with him as a freshman, when he was a freshman.
There's a three-point try on the wing from Everidge. That misses the mark, and the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Kahawks bring it up. Here is Horace out front. It goes to Chase Reynolds, over to Weisinger. Weisinger gets a little bit of a screen there from Horace. Here is Chase Reynolds with another three-point shot. That misses the mark, and the rebound this time belongs to Alton. They'll throw a football pass all the way down for Everidge. Everidge waits it out, takes the shot, no good, and the next rebound is knocked out of bounds. They're going to say that Reynolds was the last one to touch it, so Alton will get to keep it.
Remember in the Holiday Classic when we watched Decatur MacArthur play Madison, we were like 0 for 2 on the 50-yard passes, but Alton actually connected with that one, and there's a couple of football players on this Alton team, so you expect that?
Yeah. Out front it goes, and over here on the near sideline, a big three-point shot taken and made there by Woody. That's his second three-pointer made tonight. And it's 69-45 in favor of Collinsville. Alton Lady Redbirds, they're at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium right now. They're ranked 6th in the state, and they're up over your Lady Cayucks right now, 41-16 at halftime. Here's Reynolds again for another three to answer, and he does. Chase Reynolds with his second three-pointer, or excuse me, his first. That was Matt Shelton who had the other one. And a whistle on the play will stop the action.
Yep, it's going to be a foul on the floor, but Kevin Jones is alluring to the crowd. It's going to be a 1-and-1. Both teams will be shooting bonus for the rest of the game. Nice three-pointer there by Chase Reynolds, and, you know, with a couple of these three-point shooters in the future, he's going to have to be a next man up, and that's something that you normally don't see him doing. But, again, he's another guy that's not afraid to score, and that's a great part about this Collinsville team offensively.
Weisinger guilty of the foul at the free throw line. Hassani Elliott, who hits the first one. And now he is 2 for 4 on the night. And he has one more coming his way. And that one's good as well. 72-47 in favor of Collinsville. Here comes Nick Horace. He'll drive all the way into the paint, kicks it out. And Reynolds thought about it. Thought about driving that baseline, but then thought better of it. Now inside, Chambers. He'll use the glass, can't get it to go, but the second chance point is there for Chambers. And Chambers now has 21 points on the night.
Boy, Chambers was screaming for the ball inside there, and Nick Horace finally found him, and then he made sure he got the second chance points as well.
3-point shot, no good by Alton. Rebound belongs to Nick Horace. Horace throws it up to Wilkinson. Real quick to Chambers, off the glass, can't get it to go, but Chambers is heading back to the free throw line.
Feels like he's made that his new home here in Alton today with a couple of free throw line trips. 21 points for Zach Chambers. Of course, Jamori with 21 as well. He had about 18 of those in the first half, and inside and outside for the K-Hawks, they have just been a little bit better on the offensive end than the Redbirds tonight.
Woody with the foul, Chambers with the free throw, and that one's well short. One more chance here for Chambers. And he'll miss both. Rebound belongs to Alton. They bring the ball up. And here is Everidge. Everidge deep inside this near corner. Comes out and gives it up to Woody. Woody to Elliott. Elliott in the slot at the volleyball stripe. Back over to Woody. Back over to Elliott. To Woody. He'll launch a three. That one's good.
Man, Woody off the bench. I mean, we didn't even see him at the Holiday Classic, but another good player that Alton has used to their advantage, and he's been a really good piece off the bench, especially when Kobe Taylor's kind of had an off night for the Redbirds.
Big three-pointer from Horace. That one's a little strong, and the rebound falls into the hands of the Alton Redbirds. Redbirds bring it up. There's a nice spin move, and a foul will belong to Chambers, and that'll send Everidge back to the free throw line. Zach Chambers will pick up his second foul.
I think the thing that I like the most about Alton and what we saw at the Holiday Tournament is they never give up. You know, this team could easily, with a 3-13 record, say this season's kind of done. We're not going to really play that hard all the time. You know, if it's a 20-point game, we might as well quit. But this
I don't
team,
think Dudley let him do that.
And that's the best part about Dylan Dudley's coaching, and you know, he stays energetic, so his team stays energetic. If you know what I mean. And even if, you know, they're undersized and undermanned because they're missing two of their starters right now, Macias and Hall, they continue to fight in every single game, even if they might finish this Southwestern Conference season without a winning game.
Everidge came into this game shooting from the free throw line just at 40.9%. He's 6 for 6 in this game from the stripe. Collinsville with the ball. They work it up inside to Chambers. He'll turn around, take the shot. Good for two. Chambers is having probably his career game here tonight.
And then Stampley hit a three right there, and Dudley's going to call a timeout. He can smell there's a possible chance for a comeback here with 4 minutes to go. When Stampley's heating up, Alton's offense is a little bit better, and they're going to take the full timeout there.
Full timeout, 76-55 is the score as we take a timeout, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Another Southwestern Conference update from Dave Wilhelm at the end of 3. Edwardsville with a 1-point lead over Belleville West, 34-33. Close game there.
Yeah, on the road, too, for Edwardsville, trying to capitalize over that win against Collinsville and try to make it into hopefully maybe the top half of the standings of the Southwestern Conference after a couple of rough years, but we'll have to see if they're able to pull off back-to-back difficult road wins.
Here is Horace trapped in the backcourt. He gets it across to Weisinger. Weisinger ducked out of the way of a charging player, and Chambers with his second dunk of the night. And Collinsville back out 78-55.
I think his legs are just feeling a little more hop tonight, and Zach Chambers with one of the best games I've ever seen him play as a Collinsville Kahawk.
Here come the Kahawks again. Weisinger off the glass, good for 2. Jamori, he's piling up some points as well. He now has 23. Collinsville with an even 80 points here right now, 80-55, and we're going to go back the other way. That'll be the 12th turnover for the Alton Redbirds, and Collinsville living life large here tonight with 3:22 left to play here in this fourth quarter. The Kahawks are up by 25 points. Here comes Wilkinson, and they whistle. I don't know what that was for.
I think, yeah, let me just double check this here. It is a 10-second violation. No, I guess it's just an official timeout here. I was going to say before that discussion that Collinsville scored 90 points as the JV team last season. A lot of these players played on JV last year.
Well, kick it back out on a missed shot put up there by Chase Reynolds, but the rebound ends up belonging to Alton. They'll bring it up. Here is Stampley. His shot won't go. Chambers with another rebound. And here comes Wilkinson and company back the other way. Wilkinson across the line, gives it up now in front of his own bench to Horace. Horace, with that left-hand dribble, will take it all the way back out to midcourt in front of the scorer's table. We're down to 2:50 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Over to Wilkinson in front of the Kahawk bench. Wilkinson, a one-arm pass out to Chase Reynolds. Reynolds back over to Wilkinson. Inside, Chambers in the paint, kicks it back out. Weisinger thought about the three, pulls it up into the paint himself, and a little backhand layup. And Weisinger picks up a couple of more points.
4 Kahawks in double figures tonight, 82 points. And Coach Lee has only played 8 players. It's pretty impressive from the Kahawks offensively.
Yeah, Chambers and Weisinger now both have 25 points. Wilkinson with 13 and Horace with 10. That one's off the rim, and the rebound belongs to the Alton Redbirds once again. And they'll drive, kick it back outside. Here's Stampley with a 3. That one's good.
Yeah, behind the AHS logo on the near side. And once again, Alton making sure that they don't, it doesn't look like too bad of a score with just an absolute, they've shot the ball well from 3 too.
Yeah.
Kahawks have just shot it really well
Yes,
in all departments.
Alton just trying their best not to get mercy ruled here. There's a turnover as Chambers lost that ball. Only the 7th turnover in this game for Collinsville. Here is Woody with a 3-point shot. That one's good. His 3rd 3-point shot in this half. He has 4 in the game.
Yeah, 90 seconds left, though. It's looking like it's going to be too little too late. And good turnover by forced by Alton. I was wondering why they didn't double Zach Chambers a little bit earlier in the game. He was just scoring at will. I think if they had doubled Zach Chambers and forced kickouts a little bit more, it could have been a closer game tonight. But good work by Collinsville to exploit the advantages.
Weisinger is underneath the basket. Made it work anyway after a bullet of a pass from Weisinger to Wilkinson, and Wilkinson ended up finish it off. Yeah, I mean that one's probably a 60-mile-an-hour pass. There's another turnover by Alton. They'll get it up quickly to Weisinger. Weisinger uses the glass. That's good for 2, and another whistle. And Collinsville will exchange their players for the JV squad, as the Kahawks are very comfortably in front now, 86-41.
Well, job well done. Job well done.
Excuse me.
Job well done by the Kahawks tonight. This is probably the most points that the varsity team has scored under Coach Lee in quite a bit of time. 70 points against Cahokia, 50 points against a very good defensive Edwardsville team, and 86 points tonight against Alton. You want to hope that offensive pressure can continue to build as they go into the Bubble East game, and it's going to be difficult for the Kahawks because East play good defense and they play pressure defense a little bit more. And again, it'd be nice for the Collinsville Kahawks. They've responded well after almost every loss this season, and they've done so again tonight.
40 seconds left to play here in this one, and Stampley will pick up his second 2-pointer of the night. He also had 3 3-pointers here in this second half. And here are the young Kahawks as KJ Thorpes-Watt has the ball in front of his bench. He'll drive, and he'll kick it out to Shelton. Shelton will back things up.
Yeah, I think the Collinsville Kahawks are not going to let Alton get up any more points. Goodness gracious, 86-64. You normally don't see that in a high school basketball game, but we've seen it tonight, and it was fun. A lot of action. We had to hold on to our hats, but the Kahawks get it done and did it pretty easily. So good work for them after the loss against Edwardsville.
Shelton will hold on to the ball, and the final buzzer will sound, and that'll do it. 86-64 is our final score. And Collinsville will improve to 13-6. They will even that conference mark now back to 3-3. Alton falls to 3-14 on the year, and they are now 0-7 in conference play. My man Matt Clark, thank you very much for hanging out with us during the tournament, the girls game in Granite City before that, and the game here tonight. We certainly do appreciate it, and safe travels back to Mizzou, and we'll do it all again next year.
Oh, of course, great deal. I actually wanted to make a point. The Zach Chambers dominance tonight, it almost was similar to Jenna Scheller in the Granite City game. So starting the tall players for Collinsville, making big impacts. And so what best of luck for the Kahawks and for the men's and women's teams for the rest of the season. And this is going to be a great future still for Collinsville Kahawk basketball. And it's another great win for them tonight.
All right, that is Matt Clark. We appreciate his help here on the Kahawk Sports Network. My name is Todd Duke. Post-game coverage, that comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahawk Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. Calling all sports fans. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Caseyville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs that you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers, sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest brew in town. And don't forget to try your luck at the Lucky Fox Gaming Room. Dine in and catch a game, or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-855-9500. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud sponsor of your Collinsville Kahawks on the Kahok Sports Network. For all of your investment needs, see Jason Regg at his Edward Jones office at 1008 Vandalia Street in Collinsville, or call Jason at 618-344-0252 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
And once again, we welcome you back to Alton High School. Collinsville wins this one here tonight, their 13th win of the year. 86-64 is the final score. And joining us now is the assistant varsity coach and the head coach of the JV team. That would be Mr. Eric Anderson. How are you, Coach?
Good, Todd. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. Let's begin with your JVers. You won that game 54-35. Stanley Carnahan and KJ both had 14 points in that game. Your thoughts?
It was a sloppy one. It was way too many turnovers, but we did control the boards, and they were able to get some points inside, which was nice. So, yeah, I mean, not the most well-rounded basketball game you'll ever see, but we got the job done.
Yeah, and I saw KJ with a couple of nice dunks there that kind of livened up the Kahawks that were here at that time.
Yeah, that's something he can do. He's good for, 1 or 2 run-out steals and go down and dunk the ball. He's super athletic, and he's long, and he anticipates well, and, yeah, it was nice. As long as he makes it.
As long as he makes it.
Just
yeah,
gotta
I know.
Make him.
You coaches don't like that when they miss those dunks, do you?
Yeah, and KJ's pretty good about it. He makes most of them. He's only missed 1 or 2 all year, I think.
Speaking of dunks, we saw a couple of doozies from Zach Chambers here in the varsity game. Man, what a game he had. I don't keep track of individual rebounds, but he had to be up there, and he ended up with 25 points in this one.
Yeah, that's his career high, obviously, and, nice bounce-back game for him. He struggled a little bit against Edwardsville, the way they guarded him. They were physical, doubled down on him a little bit, and tonight he got free for some buckets, and and we got to work on that free throw stroke a little bit, and he could have added even more, but yeah, he had a really monster game for us tonight.
Yeah, so did Jamari Weisinger. He ended up with 27 points, and he was on fire from beyond that three-point arc. I think he was back behind that volleyball line when he shot one of those.
Yeah, and when teams try to zone us, to kind of offset some of our size inside, if Jamori's hitting those deep threes, that really stretches and puts a stress on that defense. And, he did that a little bit against Lincoln. Him and Jake, were hitting some shots, and, and Nick too. And when he stretches you out that far, you start doubting what you're trying to do, and, it almost becomes unguardable.
There you have Belleville East coming up on Friday. I know you guys are looking for a little bit of revenge there, aren't you?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Obviously, they know us pretty well. We know them pretty well, and it's going to be a conference, really conference battle Friday night. We'll see what happens.
All right, sir. Thank you for the visit. Go catch that bus.
All right. Appreciate it, Todd.
All right. That is Eric Anderson, the varsity assistant coach and the head coach of your junior varsity team. Both winners here tonight. JV wins 54-35, and the varsity wins 86-64. Leading scorer in this one, we've already touched on it. Jamori Weisinger with 27 points. Zach Chambers right behind him with 25. Jake Wilkinson chipped in with 11. Nick Horace had 10. Adam Remar, Matt Shelton, and Chase Reynolds all had 3 in the Collinsville win. Leading scorer for Alton was Jamon Everidge with 17 points, 15 points each for Zaire Woody and Byron Stampley, 11 points for Hazani Elliott, and then Tyrese Jones had 3 points. Other numbers we have for you, Collinsville out-rebounding Alton in this game, 27-17. Alton had 13 turnovers compared to 7 for the Kahawks. And from the lines, Collinsville hit 7 of 13 free throws, while Alton was all over the free throw line, 12 of 14 for the Redbirds in this one. And each team went 9 of 13 from the three-point line. That is going to do it for us here tonight. A big thank you to everyone involved. Jake Wilkinson joining us on the pregame show. Coach Anderson joining us on the postgame show. A big thank you again to Matt Clark over there on the other microphone. And a big thank you again to Zach Roseman and Dave Wilhelm, who have been chiming in with some halftime scores for us as we've been moving this right along. All right, so that's going to do it for me for, until Monday when I have bowling. Sorry that I can't be there for the Belleville East game, but I'm going to Vegas for my stepdaughter's wedding. But Steven Stock is going to take care of us. He's going to do the home game, the girls' home game Thursday as the Lady Kahawks take on the Lady Lancers at Belleville East High School. And then he's bringing all of his equipment over to Collinsville High School Friday night, and he's going to do the game there between Collinsville and Belleville East on the boys' side. And you can find both of those contests on YouTube under Belleville East Athletics. I'm going to be watching. I'm going to try. Hopefully I won't get caught by anybody while I'm supposed to be doing the whole wedding thing, but I'm going to do the best I can to watch that game while I'm in Vegas. So until Monday from Camelot Bowl, my name is Todd Duke. Everybody enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend.